Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. I'm so excited for this video. So in my last video, we went into an antique store, and this is right next door, and this is an antique mall, which I've only ever been to one other time, and it's amazing. I had never been at Christmas time though, so I wanted to go over and do a little browsing for Christmas. So I'm mainly just going to be showing you the Christmas things that are in there in this video, but I have made a video in here before, so I'll try to remember to link that in the description if you want to see more of like non-Christmas things in here. So now we have come upon my favorite booth in the entire mall. This booth is so amazing. I feel like she just took so much time and thought to put it all together. It looks amazing. She always has so many good things in there. I was so excited to get to this booth. This is like one of the main reasons why I wanted to come over. I love this tree that she has here. I've never seen one that color before, but I really love it. I thought I would just leave this here in case you want to give this booth a follow on Instagram. And I do believe that she has another booth, like if you live in Nova Scotia, I believe she has another one like in the Halifax area, if I'm not mistaken. I do follow her on Instagram, so. But I figured I would spend a lot of time in this booth because I feel like you guys will really enjoy it as well, but I love it. This was the thing that I was most excited to go over, is to get to this booth, and I did end up finding something that I bought as well. Earlier in the day, I had been to Valley Village and filmed, and I saw one of those angels. But in the back there, I noticed these, like, it's like a plastic, like 70s tree. I have quite a few of them. I think I have that exact one. And I saw the tray that I have, and then I saw this plastic canvas fireplace, which I absolutely love. And I feel like I need to try and make one, because I do plastic canvas all the time, but I just loved that so much. It definitely gave me a 70s vibe. I saw these Eeyore satin bells, and I do regret not getting those just a little bit. And then I looked down below and there was an entire basket filled with the satin bells. I do have quite a few already, and I had just got some earlier in the day, so I didn't end up getting any of those. And then of course I pulled it out, knocked things over. I must have spent like probably over a half hour in this booth. It's just so perfect. I feel like I didn't even get to look at everything because there's so much stuff, but it's very like neat and organized, and I don't know, I just really appreciate that. But I mean, I'll just kind of give you an overview. I'm giving you a look at some non-Christmas things too, just because I love the booth so much. I'm pretty sure that she also has an Etsy store, if I'm not mistaken. I might be thinking of somebody else, but I'm pretty sure she does. Even like all of the furniture she uses, she has this like child's desk with a hutch, and then there's all kinds of like children's vintage things, and then these corner, I don't know, it all like looks so nice together. I saw these canisters and they look really familiar to me for some reason. Like I've seen them recently, but I don't know where or why. But it's been bugging me ever since then. I mean, I haven't looked it up or anything, but I don't know, like I know that we didn't have them or anything, so not sure why, but I do have those canisters there, I noticed. I have a couple more too, like a flour, sugar, maybe a cookies. I thought this was like a cookie jar at first, and I'm like, wait, that's too small of an opening, and then I realized it's actually a teapot, and the tea would come out as pipe. And then I noticed these cups, which I'm assuming go with it because they kind of look the same. But I thought that was cute though. I hadn't noticed when I went in, but I love these little crocheted snowmen. I should try to do something like that when I learn how to crochet. And then I also loved this as well. I love any of this like 70s like plastic foliage, like Christmas decor, but this is like a Christmas tree. I just have so much that I was considering getting this, but I thought, where would I put it? I have so many things already, but I do think it's really nice. I love these candles you put in your window. I'm thinking this one must be pretty old because it wasn't made of plastic, which most of them are, so it must be pretty old, but I quite like it. It had a lot of candles on it. I love these candy canes too. I was thinking about getting them, but I do already have some. So, and then John pointed out this old tin up there, which I loved. And then I stumbled into what I think is my second favorite booth, because I loved so many things in this booth. And again, it was set up like in a really eye-pleasing way. I spent a lot of time in here as well, because I feel like if you follow me and watch my videos, you probably kind of have the same taste as me to some degree. And I feel like a lot of you would like what they had in here. I really liked how these were packaged. I think these are cupcake boxes. I used to work in a bakery, and that's what they remind me of, but it's such a good idea, a way to keep them like safe too. So I liked that, but they just had so many cool things in here, and it was just set up really nice. I'm pretty sure I followed them on Instagram as well. After I was here the first time, I think I tried to follow as many booths as I could, but John had never seen these bubble lights before, so he was like, oh my god, look at those. I was like, yeah, they were really popular in the 70s. They had some parks in here too, and I love that. I love that one. I've been debating whether or not I should collect that. There was something in here that was not Christmas related that I was debating buying, and if I'm in the area again and it's still there, I think I might. But yeah, I'd never seen the bubble lights in like the candle things before, but I really liked that cookie jar too. I was trying to like cover the light from the candles so I could so those would show up a little bit better. But I love when things are arranged like by color. It just looks so nice. I also love this teapot. And then I noticed this galaxy bottle. I was like, whoa, I've never seen one in person before. So I was showing John, and then John noticed that they actually had more. He was like, oh yeah, they have more over here, which I think I show in a second. But yeah, I've never actually seen one in person before, or like held it or anything. It's so cool. I wish they made like cute stuff now. I feel like everything's so plain and boring. But yeah, he's like, oh yeah, there's a couple more on this shelf. And then he was like, oh, there's one up here too. So it's kind of cool. I had a white ceramic Christmas tree here. I actually have a white one too, and it's all like one color lights, and I was thinking I didn't really like it, but then when I saw it in here, I was like, actually that does look nice. I love those salt and pepper shakers too. And these remind me of like the tulips, Fire King. Oh, there was just so many things in this booth that I was like, I don't know, I swear I need to come into this mall with like $1,000 that I can just spend. I would probably spend it pretty quick too. I always see these dishes and I can never remember what the name is, but I liked that they had the name. So it's Christmas Pleasures, but those are probably some rarer pieces. So we were looking up here and noticed that they had genie glass. So if you remember, just a few weeks ago, I found another genie bottle. And so now we're like, maybe we should try to get more. So they did have a blue one up there. We were debating whether or not we should get it. But we had just spent a bunch of money next door, and I wanted to get Christmas things. So we're like, okay, we'll just think about it. So we didn't end up getting it, but if we go there again, and it's still there, I think I do want to get it. And then I saw this Santa. I think they called it Sunburnt Santa. I love that. That is like straight out of the 70s. I recently talked about this, but the kind of stuffing that he had inside him was like, I'm not sure if it actually is, but it feels like little styrofoam balls. It like reminds me so much of my childhood when I see stuffed animals like that. I had like a pink panther that was stuffed with the little balls, so I thought that was just cool. I've never seen that before. And then this is such a weird coincidence, but I had just Googled like maybe a week or two ago if Corel had ever made like a Christmas set of dishes, and obviously this came up as a result. I was like, you know, it's funny, I've never seen them before anywhere in all my years thrifting, but I can remember anyway. was like, I should try to get those, and then we could use those as our dishes, because I used Curl as my everyday dishes, and I just love how thin they are and the way they fit in the cupboard. So it was funny that I saw the cups like right after that, and I do think I want to try. I didn't get them this day, but I think that I do want to try to get a set to use during the Christmas season. This Alderbrook, I think that's how you say it, brand is like really popular in Canada, I think in the 70s and 80s, and whenever I see it, especially the boxes like that, it just reminds me of my childhood, because that's what our ornaments like were primarily from, I believe. I loved these pink ones and red ones. I've never seen any like this before. Very cool. I do have sort of similar ones, but they're a little bit different shape and different colors. I don't know if I've ever shared them before, but I do like the ones that are shaped like this, or it's a little bit more elongated and not such a round ball. I don't know. I can't wait to use glass ornaments someday. I have quite a few. I just don't put them out because I have a cat, which I don't think I feel confident that she wouldn't go near the tree, but not that confident that I'm willing to lose any balls. So anyway, I did really like that plastic foliage wreath as well. They had so many like in the box lights and stuff, especially there's an upstairs that we go to, and they had so many things, like old things in the boxes up there. It's just so great. I loved this Coke sign. They had a bunch of different vintage paper over here as well, which was so cool to look at. And I think I had been thrifting at this point for probably about 4 hours, maybe 5, because I had gone to other stores and it was just all Christmas. And honestly, I felt so happy at this moment, this is right before we went upstairs, that I could have almost cried. I just was like, this is the best day ever. Like, it's just so joyful, and I'm really glad that so many of you enjoy watching these videos. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for watching, and I don't know, it brings me a lot of joy to go out and shop. So I'm happy that me filming that and sharing it can bring other people joy. So I just wanted to say that. But I do love looking at vintage wrapping paper. So I did end up finding quite a few things in the mall while we were here, which I'll show you at the end of the video like I always do. I thought these vintage boxes are really cool in the sense that if you use vintage wrapping paper, it's kind of like used and can't really use it again. Whereas if you use like vintage boxes, you could just keep reusing them because they're not really, you know, getting damaged by opening them. So I thought that was really cool. We've been using some Christmas boxes like for 20 years, I think. I mean, we don't have kids though, so it's just us, so we can be like pretty gentle and like they're still fine. So then we went upstairs. It's like a pretty big area up here with a lot of booths, but right away I spotted this hanging from the ceiling. And did anyone else like grow up in the 80s and have these? They were so inexpensive too. I thought that I had some at home already, but I guess I don't have them anymore. So I wish I would have bought some because I did see some for sale up here, but I just was thinking, oh, that'd be so nostalgic. I love like old Christmas candy tins too. One thing that people ask me a lot, like if I miss anything being a vegan, and not really, but sometimes during the holidays I miss things, and one thing I wish that they would make like a vegan version of is like quality street chocolates. I miss those so much. I really, really loved that tree topper. And then I noticed this lamp, which I have one, a similar one, not with a bubble light in it, but and I've been wanting to get another one, so I was like, oh, this might be the perfect time for me to get another one that will have two. So many icicles and a vintage garland. There was a lot of booths up here that had a lot of olds, but like still in the box, especially these Noma lights. I think I've seen so many different versions of those, which I feel like even the packaging of things in the 50s and 60s and 70s was even like so much cuter like than now. I don't know, it's weird. Everything's just so plain now and like generic. I also love these plastic candy canes with the plastic foliage on them, but I do already have a couple, so I left them in here. Here's where those pieces are that I was talking about when I first came upstairs. I thought that I had some, and maybe I must have gotten rid of them because I couldn't find them in any of my Christmas stuff, but when John and I were looking at them, I said, oh, we should actually hang some up this year. But we had so many in my house when we were growing up, so it definitely gives me a ton of nostalgia. I think this one was my favorite that I'd seen all day, and I love these ones that open up like a book. I don't think I had seen any like that before today, but I ended up seeing a ton of them. But I just thought it was so cute, but I didn't get it. so many satin bells down there. And then I looked up and noticed these really quite large, like Putz style houses. I don't know if they're actually Putz or not, but every time I see Putz houses, it makes me want to make my own. So maybe, I don't know if I'll like have time to do it this year, but maybe next year. I think it would be so fun to make them myself and then to have them for years. Then I spotted this mid-century fireplace and almost lost my mind. It looks like they've just made it into like an electric fireplace. I want one of those so bad. I'd never thought I would see one in person like that. Here I am wrecking the place again. No. I just thought I would show this little shelf, even though it's not Christmas, because it's all mushroomy, and I feel like a lot of you are into that as well. This is like not actually Mary Mushroom. It starts with an L, and I can never think of the name, but I have the teapot. But I think it was made in Canada, but it looks almost the same as Mary Mushroom, and it's usually cheaper than actual Mary Mushroom because it's not the real thing. But it looks just like it, so it's like kind of a way. I thought these were so interesting. I couldn't figure it out at first, but then I realized that it's made from like book pages, I think. Or maybe it's newspaper, I'm not sure, but it must be like folded in some type of way. It's very interesting. So I had remembered when I was here the first time in the very back corner that there was a booth with Christmas stuff. So I went back there and I found something that I've been hoping to find, I don't know, like my entire life maybe. And it is this church. My grandma has the exact same church, and so I grew up with her having that. She does still have it, but I think there's probably other people in the family that want it, so I've never like asked her for it or anything. So now I'll show you what I got. I'm so excited. So I ended up getting these mice ornaments from my favorite booth, and these are really interesting. I've never seen ornaments like this. They almost remind me of flocked ornaments, but they're not actually flocked. It's like a different kind of a feel, but if you've been around for a while, you know that I have a bunch of mice ornaments for my tree, so I was excited to add those. And then I did end up getting the lamp. I'm just going to put a regular bulb in it, and I took the bubble one out so that it matches the other lamp that I have, but I've been like wanting to find another one, and I just have never found one. The first one I found for like $1.50 in a Salvation Army years and years ago, so paid a little bit more for this one, but that's okay. I'm very excited though that I have that, because if I bought it from eBay, I'd also have to pay shipping. So that's one nice thing about being able to go to an antique store. So yeah, I'm so excited I found this church. I just can't believe it. I've looked for such a long time. But it is the exact same church. It plays music as well. My grandma's actually doesn't work anymore, but she just puts it underneath her tree so it doesn't light up or play music. But she told me that she had it, I want to say, like, she said they got it when they bought their house, and I think they bought their house in 1960, maybe. Yeah, so she's had it for a long time. And then I did end up getting the vintage boxes, because I just thought, well, I mean, this is even better than wrapping paper in a way, because we could just keep reusing these for decades probably. So I went ahead and like opened up the package so that we could take a look at all of them together. So there's a few different sizes. I love them all, honestly. I don't know if I could even pick a favorite, but they kind of all have a different vibe, which I like. But yeah, I do really like this one though. Maybe if I had to pick, it might be that one. And then this one has a bunch of different little scenes on it. And then the more I look at it, maybe this is like the 12 Days of Christmas. Does the 12 Days of Christmas really have that many bird references? Because it seems like it's a lot of birds, but I'm trying to like sing the song in my head. I think it might be, because there is 12 different pictures. Yeah, I think it might be, but I never realized there were so many bird references until right now, but I guess there is. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm so happy that so many people are getting enjoyment from these videos. I know that going out and thrifting, especially at Christmas time, it just brings me so much joy. Like, even if I'm not buying things, I know I've bought some things, but I don't know, it's a joyful time. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.